Hello and welcome back to the Fremennik Only Ironman series. This is episode number 20. If you didn't catch my last video I posted last week about my absence, I was gone for, as it says there, about 290 days. It was probably a bit longer than that, but if you need any more details on my absence or where I was, I recommend watching that last video. It also explains what happened to my hardcore status if anybody was curious. Short answer is Dagonoth Prime killed me with my prayer down, but other than that we will move forward, and I think I'm going to begin getting ready for Dagonoth Prime itself. It has been a while since I played, so I do need to develop a plan, and I'll most likely have to train up a couple stats before I try again, just to make the most efficient of the kills. So I think first off I'm going to have to go and train some range. 68 range, I can kill Dagonoth Prime, but it's not very fast, and my main hiccup is not having enough prayer potions, so if I can minimize the amount of time it takes to kill Dagonoth Prime, I may be able to save on prayer potions. But anyways, I am glad to be back for episode 20. I hope everybody enjoys it. This is an episode that took about 5 months for me to get all of the clips for. This first clip was shot in April, so I just finished it close to the end of August, so I am looking forward to finally getting this out and continuing the series, so sit back and enjoy. So I'm beginning off at rock crabs, just throwing some iron knives at them. 68 range isn't really good enough for me to kill Prime that efficiently. I think my other problem was that I was trying to get 2 kill trips, and once you finish the first kill, you're pretty much having to use almost 3 doses of prayer potion just to get back to full prayer. So I'm essentially wasting a whole prayer pot just because I'm getting greedy and wanting a second kill. If I just bite the bullet, do 1 kill trips, I should only minimize the amount of prayer I need to maybe 1 dose, 2 if I'm having a really slow kill. But first off, I'm going to get my range up. Higher range, faster kills, maybe it'll allow me to do no prayer potion trips. And here we have our very first level in just over 9 months at level 69 range. I'm averaging about 28,000 experience at rock crabs now with iron knives, so we're looking at about 2.5 hours until level 70, and then we are on our way up to 75. Coming in with level 70 range, this triple rock crab spot does get me about a little over 30,000 experience an hour, so it is the most efficient. The only problem is if I don't kill them fast enough, then they both kind of pop up at the same time and one runs away, so it does require a little bit more attention to it, but if I can kill them fast enough, then I can up that XP per hour. I figured I can probably try and kill 2 birds with 1 stone and kill some cave crawlers and try and get some renard weeds to get some extra prayer potions. Unfortunately, after my first trip, there really isn't that much of a drop rate for renard weeds. I would have to look up on the wiki, but it's not that good. I get a lot of other herbs up to Harlander, but renards are pretty rare, so it'll be good over time, but not if I need a renard weed instantly. After 2 inventories of cave crawlers, I walk away with just 1 renard weed, so not very efficient. I think I'm going to go ahead and move on and try some ice trolls. I do get a lot of prayer experience doing that, and then I can also get some alkables as well, so I can buy some more runes if I want to go back to Rex. But I'm going to go ahead and try that. I know they drop renard weeds as well, so wish me luck. Safe to say this was a good idea. I actually completed all of the warhammers that the ice trolls drop, as well as a granite shield, some sharks, and some renard and 1 renard weed it looks like. But you can actually sell the warhammers in Relica for more than the high alch value, so that's just a kind of hidden money maker. If you buy rune warhammer, say off the GE, you can actually make a lot more money if you just sell it 1 per world in Relica. Coming in with level 71 range, I think I'm going to take a break now, and for some reason I have just a hankering to go and kill some more Dagonoth Rex. I have pretty much all the drops from him, so there's nothing more I can do. I just feel like kind of running down to the caves and seeing if I can maybe get lucky with another ring. Coming in with Dagonoth Rex kill 212, and there it is. I think that's my 3rd B ring, so I need to save my RNG for Prime and Supreme, but I can't complain about another 2.5 to 3 mil added to the bank value. After that Rex trip, I decided to give Prime a shot. I do have 71 range now. I know I wanted to get closer to 75, but I figured why not just give it a try, maybe kill it once or twice, see if I get lucky with the ring, then I don't need to train range for a while. One item upgrade I did get from the last episode was a spined body. It is the equivalent of a green d'hide body. You get a flattened hide from the Dagonoths in the Waterbirth dungeon, and then you take it into Relica and they can craft you a spine body or the spine legs. The penance skirt is my best in slot range, so the legs wouldn't help me, but the body will be my best in slot and does give me good bonuses. I'm off to a great start. I aggroed Supreme, so this is a lost kill, lost prayer doses. This is an overall just loss in general. The only positive was that I didn't die, so I can just gear back up and head back down, but I just need to be better about sticking closer to the northern part of the island, just so Supreme can't aggro me. Alright, all went smooth this time around, and this will be Dagonoth Prime kill number 17, and it is an empty drop, so that is great. This will be Dagonoth Prime kill number 25, and it's a Fremennik helm, so that's actually 1 in 128. That is the same drop rate as the Seer's Ring. I've gone to flicking the magic, protect from magic, so just to try and conserve as much as possible on my prayer potions. I figured instead of flicking Eagle Eye, I should probably be flicking Protect from Magic, just so I'm not running right through a whole prayer potion every time. I still use 2 doses, but I just need to get better at it. I think I'm holding it on way too long. This will be Prime kill number 30 with only 1 dose of prayer potion used. I set up my quick prayers for Protect from Magic and to throw on, I think it's Eagle Eye. It might be Hawkeye. I may just be saying it wrong altogether. But that does improve my kills and only having to use 1 prayer dose. So once I get to the point where I don't have to use any, I should be able to come back down here as much as my bolts and food allow. So along with the bolts and food, I also need to get Marentails for anti-poisons. It seems like you get poisoned almost instantly when you run down there, so I'm using at least a dose or 2 per kill. And it's very difficult for me to get herblore supplies. Luckily, this Suqua down at the bottom of the boat on Lunar Isle is safe spottable with magic. Mind runes are fairly cheap, so that's not a problem at all. And I think, based on the drop rate, I think it's 1 in 5. So I should be able to restock my anti-poisons. It's just going to take a little bit of time. As you can tell by my inventory, this kill has wiped out all of my supplies. It started out so well, and then I just kept hitting zeros. But that is Prime kill number 35 with the Water Battle Staff. Coming in with number 40, and that is Death Runes. I think that's a 1 in 64 drop, so not what I'm looking for. Pay no attention to the death pile next to me, but that is kill number 45. No significant drops as of now. I think the rarest thing was the Fremennik helm, but that was about it. Everything else has been pretty common. Sitting at 46 KC on Dagonoth Prime, I'm going to go ahead and try a Supreme kill. I haven't tried it before. I'm not too sure what to do. This will be my gear setup. I'm going pretty much max range tank at this point. I'll most likely have to pray magic to avoid prime hits, and then I may have to tank Supreme. If I get lucky and I can safe spot Supreme without prime getting to me, that'll be my best bet. I just forgot my B ring, so I need to go grab that first. And I look to be poisoning it, get the 5 damage with that recurring poison, and then I'll go Fremennik Blade all the way. So that's an example of what not to do when you're at Supreme. Just got comboed out for a 60, so welcome to Dagonoth Supreme. I am dead on the first trip. I decided to go right back down to the caves and utilize my death pile. It did have a lot of sharks and some potions from getting comboed out so quickly, so I decided that I will give this my first try at killing Supreme. As you can tell, Prime aggroed pretty quickly, and I had to pray Mage the whole time just to avoid having to get hit by 50 plus damage. I think Supreme's max hit is a 30, so I'd rather tank that than tanking those mage hits that can hit up to a 50. And also Rex can aggro close by as well. Going forward, this isn't the method I was using for my kills. I mostly tried to get Supreme as close as possible to the ladder, and that way Rex can't really aggro you if you stand next to the ladder. And then Prime sometimes goes over there and sometimes does not. So you can utilize prey range for a while to avoid taking any big chunks of damage before prime can aggro you. So going forward, I did just do that method mostly, where I was just waiting for Supreme to get close to the ladder, and then I went ahead and killed him. But I did do a number of trips, and I don't really want to bore you with each and every kill count like I'd done in the past, so I'll just highlight some of the main drops that I get going forward. So I decided to ditch the granite body and go with the fighter torso. It gives me just, I think, one more max hit, and I think if I can get onto Supreme at the ladder, I can use Protect from range to start, so I don't need to worry about tanking him at the beginning. Hopefully the sharks will even out if Prime does get on me, but I'm going to give it a shot with the torso and see how successful it is. Totally forgot to record the kill, but I did get 8 rune throwing axes, so now I can actually go down to the caves by myself, and I don't need to worry about anybody having to let me in through the rune throwing axe part. Supreme kill number 31 coming in here, and we get Runite Limb, so that's actually going to be a new best in slot item, so I can now replace the Addy crossbow with the rune crossbow once I get level 69 fletching, I think. So overall that's going to help me a lot at prime going forward. After about 45 prime kills and 30 supreme kills, that is level 50 prayer. Using it on the altar only gives a 10% boost, which doesn't really seem like a lot, but it does add up if you have like 100 bones, and that is actually 1,250 total level. So not much of a milestone, but it does open up an extra world if I need it, which I really don't, just because DKs really aren't that crowded. Kill number 35 at Supreme, and we get a shield left half. Well, there goes all my RNG for that. I don't even know what the odds are for that, but I know that's well over the drop rate of a ring. Number 61 coming in here, and we get a circle. So that is 1 in 128 as well, one of Supreme's unique drops. So overall, I guess I'm happy getting it, but at the same time it is also the same drop rate as the Archer ring. I think I can honestly say that I've never actually used the Circle before. It has a plus 69 range attack bonus, but I know it's slower than a short bow is, and I don't know if it has rapid fire as well, so overall I just don't think it's going to be any improvement over a U short bow. Plus I'll have the rune crossbow soon as well, so this is just going to be a trophy item in the bank at this point. I just wrapped up my 64th Supreme kill, and this is just a look at what I got in the first 64 kills. So the notable ones, the shield left half is 1 in 4,000, Archer helm, Circle, Fremennik blade, and 3 Fremennik helms. Those are all 1 in 128. Other notable items, the Runite limbs, the rune throwing axes, and the red D-hive vambraces are all pretty useful to me, as well as the U-logs. Supreme kill number 76, and my heart just skipped a beat. The right first word, but not the right second word. We go on. Should be getting level 82 strength right here, and then I am also closing in on level 79 hit points, so I'll check back in once I get that. And there is level 79 hit points, time to head back to Supreme. But before I go back, I am closing in on level 51 prayer, and there it is. I guess this dry streak is helping me get a lot of bones, so every prayer level does help, as it's going to help me when I get back to prime as well. Kill number 95 coming in here, and we get red D-hive vambraces, so I think that's my 10th or 11th set of that. We're really starting to build quite the stack in our bank now. Kill number 101, and we get another Archer helm. Every time I see that, I just think it's the ring. We go on. As we rapidly approach 128 kills, which is the drop rate for the Archer ring, I decided that maybe I should just start working on my melee stats and I can get faster kills. So there is level 71 attack. Generally speaking, I'm getting about 30 to 32,000 experience an hour using the Fremennik blade, so it's not too bad. I wish it could be a little bit faster, but overall can't really complain. There is level 72 attack. Supreme kill number 117 after one more hit here, and there it is. That is the Archer's ring. So we are just under the drop rate of 1 in 128. We got it on number 117. You can see it in the chat box, roughly 3 million more GP set to go into my bank, so looking forward to that. And we are done with Supreme. We now only have one ring remaining. I am so glad that I finally finished Supreme. It is a lot more click intensive than it was when I was doing Rex. You can just safe spot, you can do 10, 11, 12 kills a trip. On Supreme, I'm lucky to get 2 kills a trip. A lot of the times it's just 1 kill a trip, just based on prayer flicking and things like that, and just general food, because you do get hit a lot while you're going up and down the ladder trying to get Supreme into the right spot. But overall, 117 kills. I mean, I can't complain being under the drop rate. Now I just have that one last Sears ring to go. I'm currently sitting at about 45, I think, prime kills, so not quite halfway to the drop rate, but I've done quite a few. That one is not too bad because once you get into a safe spot, you can't be hit by any of the other two. You do just have to worry about, well, one, you get poisoned a bunch, so you have to worry about getting enough anti-poisons, and then you also need to worry about missing a prayer flick and getting hit a 50 when your HP is only 80. I usually hover around 50 while I'm in there, so just got to make sure I won't get hit there. But let's quickly run to the bank and I will pull out my current tab from the DKs, from Rex, and also from Supreme. So we'll go ahead and get started with the collection log. As you can see, I have 4 Berserker rings, 1 Archer ring, 1 Warrior ring, 2 Dragon axes, and 1 Circle. Luckily for me, the only items left besides the pets are coming from Prime, so the Mud Battle Staff and then the Sears ring as well. If I get the Sears ring before the Mud Battle Staff, I probably won't go back for the Mud Battle Staff. It doesn't really serve too much of a purpose on my account other than just being a trophy item. Now, if I ended up getting the 3 pets and I have the Sears ring, then I'll most likely go for the Mud Battle Staff. But let's be realistic, that's not going to happen. I'm not going to go back to Supreme for any reason. Rex is a maybe, just because if I wanted to go pet hunting, I'd do it on Rex. I can do double-digit kill trips, but even then, a 1 in 5,000 drop rate is not really realistic. Speaking of unrealistic drop rates, the shield left half is 1 in 4,000. Which is what I got from Supreme. So I guess it could happen. I don't think it's going to happen, but you can never say never on those types of things. Along with these items on the collection log, I also got some rock shell pieces from Rex as well, which do add a little bit of value, and they are the equivalent, I think, to runes, so they're probably my best armor I can wear as well when I'm trying to tank. So we'll go ahead and just price check this. I think that last time I saw the B rings were around 2 to 2.5 million, and then the Archer ring was about 3, so I'm hoping that this is going to be close to maybe 12 or 13 million. Looks like we'll throw it all in here, and it is just under 10.5 million. I didn't realize the B rings were 1.8 million. Then again, I haven't really played the account in well over a year, so maybe at the time they were closer to 2.5 million. But it doesn't really matter, it just adds to the bank value, which again is just more of a trophy thing, and if anything, which I guess is just for my own personal gains, I guess. But overall, I cannot complain with the luck I've had on all 3 of them. The Warrior ring was the one that was eluding me at Rex. 4 B rings and 215 Rex skills is a great trip for anybody who's trying to make money on an account. And the Archer ring coming at 117 KC. So I'm glad that I did Supreme before I got to Prime, just because the amount of upgrades I got going into Prime now with the Archer ring, red D-Hive Van Braces, once I get the fletching up and get the Rune Crossbow, it's just going to be a game changer. I should be getting kills faster. Hopefully I can get them without running out of prayer and using prayer potion, just because that's going to be my biggest hiccup going forward. Luckily with Supreme, I was getting better at prayer flicking, so I can do 1 or 2 kill trips at a time. And I wasn't using any, at the end I wasn't even bringing prayer potions because I told myself I wasn't going to drink them. So if I ran out of everything, I would just tally out, or I ended up dying probably 5 or 6 times in the 117 kills itself, which again, as mentioned in my update video, once you lose your hardcore status, you kind of play a little bit more free. And I don't even pray going down to the caves themselves. I will let anything hit me. I'd rather have 51 prayer points going down there and maybe 5 food gone than be at like 40 prayer and then have a full inventory of food, just because I think prayer is a lot more important. But anyways, I am glad to say that this episode is finally going to be released. I told myself when I got back into the series that I was not going to release another episode unless I got the Archer Ring or Seers Ring. I didn't want to do a filler episode. As you saw, I was showing every 5 prime kills, and then Supreme I was just showing any notable drops. But I spent weeks and weeks at Supreme just because with 1 kill trips and you have to run all the way back down. And before I got Rune Throwing Axes, I had to wait for people to open up the passage to get there just because I couldn't get down there by myself. So I would have to wait in World 330 or 302 for a team or something to come down and open it up for me. So I was only averaging, if I was going hard at it, like 3 kills a trip. I could base it off of the Barbarian Assault minigame teleport, because if that wasn't up, then I really couldn't bank as fast as possible. But I am glad to say that the Archer Ring is knocked out of the way. We're sitting at Prime now. I'd like to say episode 21 could be the end of Act 1 and the Lord of the Rings itself, just because I don't know how much more content I have other than making the rune crossbow and then going down to Prime itself. But with an RNG based goal, it could be, I could get it tomorrow, I could get it in a week, I could get it in a year. I don't know. I know that I've seen some progress video accounts that they don't get their first Berserker Ring until 400 kills, or their Archer Ring until 300. So if that's the case, I'm sitting at about 50 kills, and I'm going to need a lot more bolts and probably need to get my range level up as well. Well, anyways, I've been rambling on for about 5 minutes, but I guess if I haven't posted a new update video in over a year, that I guess I can ramble on for 5 minutes at the outro. But anyways, thanks everybody for watching episode 20. Look forward to episode 21 in the near future, and hopefully I will have the Seers Ring at the end of that episode.